To my channel. So today I want to show you how I made this sleeve. I'm going to be working with pattern, but you can actually cut it on freehand. So if you want to cut it on freehand, just put your fabric on fold 28 inches. Yes, on fold, but my fabric is not enough for it, but that's what the client choose. So I'm going to be working with pattern using the splash and spread method. So the first thing I need to do is to create lines in which I'm going to slash it the points to how I want it. So feel free to actually measure yours. You could actually use 1.5 distance, but I'm just randomly rolling lines in which I'm going to splash. So the midpoint, I have to notch it so I know that's the midpoint. Then I'm going to slash it. This is what I'm doing. So slash just the way you prefer. So I work with this. Thank you for watching up to now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. So after doing that, you spread it. Remember this sleeve, my fabric is not much, so I'm actually working with it. So splash and spread actually come in handy when working with fabric management. So I'm just going to indicate the center line, and that's what I'm going to do, the midpoint. So that's what exactly I'm doing. So I'm going to pin it together so it doesn't move when I'm cutting it. So this is how I be able to get some splash to this sleeve. The next thing I need to do is to get the midpoint, just cross-checking that is it, and that's what I need to do. So the next thing I need to do is to measure 4 inches up. Then I'm also going to measure 4 inches down, because this sleeve, the fullness, so after sewing it, there's supposed to be a fullness down. I am not going to be using elastic. I want to use the normal sleeve, and this particular design of sleeve is just going to be up of it. So that's why I'm measuring this extra 4 inches for it to have some puff down too. So I'm just going to roll the lines and also cross-check the front. So after getting what I need, I will use my fabric chalk to connect lines so I know exactly what I'm going to be cutting. So I'm trying to connect to the 4 inches up and then connect it back. So giving you, as you can see, the lines now. The reds are the one I'm cutting and the yellow is actually the midpoint. So I'm just going to cross-check everything again to be sure I'm on the right track. Now what I'm actually cross-checking is the sleeve length. So I've checked it that it's going to be fine. Then I'm also going to get the midpoint. So in between the 4 inches to the midpoint is what I just indicated. It is very important to get the midpoint at the center line. At the midpoint, you need to get the midpoint. I hope you get it. What I'm trying to say is that you need to get the cross, and that is why I just put pin, knowing that that point is my midpoint. So I'm just going to connect it that way and rule all parts needed. So make sure you've gotten it before cutting it. So I'm going to be cutting it right now, the sleeve, and that's exactly what I'm doing, following the lines which I've indicated for cutting. Please don't forget the midpoint, and if you're actually making yours, please don't forget to use enough fabric. Preferable you use unfold 28 inches unfold for one particular sleeve. That will give you the fullness you need for the sleeve. So I'm indicating the center line, that's actually the midpoint, which I'm going to be attaching to my sleeve, my dress. So I'm trimming it off, and after doing that, I'll still come down and also indicate the midpoint, because I'll be using it for my gathering. Yes, so I'm not going to be gathering much because the sleeve is not much. Now, if you're actually working with a lot of fabric, indicates divide your sleeve by 4 just the way I'm doing it, and notch it. This will help you when you are doing the gathers. Make it let everything is just going to correspond. So that is if it is much, but in this case, this particular one I'm working with is not much, but I'm just showing you that if you divide your sleeve by 4, it will also help you know what you do. So I'm just going to take the pattern off right now because I finished cutting it. Then I'm also going to indicate clearly where my midpoint is, because that's point we are going to take it to the machine. And so you can see that is the midpoint, that's the center of the sleeve. So this is it. I'm also going to do the same thing at the other sleeve, like so. So then I'm going to fold and get my notch. After doing that, I'm going to confirm okay and also notch the down. It is very important to do this. So this is for the back one. Now when taking it now at that midpoint in which you have indicated, you are going to go to your machine, and so let me fold it very well so you understand. Now this is the midpoint, should I say the intersection between the length and the breadth. That point, yes, that's the right word. So this is it. So the next thing I need to do is to take one of the sleeve, fold it this way. You see the way I'm folding it? Fold it this way. Then you go to your machine and sew 2 inches. Just is from here to there, just like that. 2 inches, 1 inches by the side and 1 inches by the side. You see it clearly. So I've gone ahead and sew it, and I used 1 inches to sew it, and I didn't sew it that much. Now if this sleeve was actually big, you have to hold it more than one, just the midpoint, you hold it more. You can see the way it's coming out. But if it's really big, the way it's supposed to be, you would have seen it. So this is my main sleeve. I have a detailed tutorial how to cut a sleeve on my channel, so feel free to check it out. Then what you need to do is to notch the midpoint again, because it's going to correspond, and also going to notch the midpoint at the M. So I'm just going to notch it too at the M. Yes, at the hem. So I just did that. Please don't forget to like, please. I really don't know what to say. Okay, let me just go back to my channel. Let me go back to what I'm teaching. So the next thing you need to do is to place your fabric and right side facing right side. You see it? Right side facing the right side. You can see the way I'm placing it. That is the right side facing the right side. And I'm pinning from the starting. That's the beginning of the hem. Then I'm also pinning the midpoints. You can see I'm also pinning the midpoints. So you have to pin this part. They have to meet. Then you have to pin the other edge. So if your sleeve is big the way it's supposed to be, you're going to make sure you pin all these parts together. Then, because I'm taking it to the machine to gather myself, since the sleeve is not that big, then you take the midpoint on the armhole and also match it the way you did for the hem. So you understand? So that's what you're going to do. Now I'll take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to gather the darn, the hem, and also gather the armhole. I really wish this sleeve is so much, but I just needed to share this knowledge, and that was why I made this video. So I will definitely make another tutorial on the sleeve using enough fabric, so you see the beauty behind this particular sleeve, and this is how it's going to be. So I've gone ahead to sew it down, and on the hem I did the inseam finishing, so I sewed that part together. So I'm also bringing it together to match the hem, the armhole. So I'm going when matching it together to get so the notch part is going to match with the other notch part at the armhole. Then you take it to your machine and start to gather. please make sure that they are meeting each other so it's actually correspond when you start to gather. Yes, so preferably you pin it this way. So I'm just going to gather and have, so off the camera I'm going to gather it and attach it to the dress I've already made. Yes, so I'm just taking my time to pin it round, making sure that everything is the same part. I'm going to do it to the other sleeve to and attach it to the dress, and I'm going to show you the final look which you will love and some touches I have end up doing. So this is the final look. So I end up taking my needle and thread to just pinch it this way. I just want it to have some beauty. Yes, if I may say so myself. Please try and make this sleeve and try and fold your fabric on 28 inches and the length preferable what you want, and you love this particular sleeve. Yes, so I've attached it to the dress and this is what it looks like. Yeah, if you find this useful, please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I hope to see you in my next tutorial. Bye.